Welcome to Cloth and Scarlet. Today, I'm so excited. I'm really happy to introduce you to Katie Hornor. She is a author at Paradise Praises, and she is also the owner of blogging.like-a-pro.com, and she is the CEO and marketing director of lemonhas.com, which is a Spanish Christian bookstore, and she has created tons of resources for homeschooling moms and blogging moms. And today I'm really happy to have her here. She will be sharing with us her story and a lot of tips and suggestions for you. So I welcome Katie. Hi,
Hi,
Katie.
Soon. Thank you for having me here.
Yeah, I'm so excited that you are here with us. And I'll really love to know how you first get started online, how you became a work at home mom.
Well, I've always loved writing. I've been
Okay.
writing since I was very small. Filled no hundreds and hundreds of notebooks with my thoughts and my words. And when we got married, I continued to write. And at some point, my husband said, well, I started finding blogs online as I was looking for different things for our own homeschooling and things that we were doing. And I started to
Okay.
find these blogs, and I thought, honey, these people are writing like I do in my notebooks, but they're putting
Yeah.
it online and they're somehow making money. Maybe we should look into that. And so that's really how it got started. I started researching, and I went to my first conference, and that's that's how it all got started. That first conference was really big for me because it made a lot of connections and networks with real people that are still very beneficial to this day.
Yeah, conferences are really good, and that is something which I miss because I'm at other side of the world, and it's not easy to travel, for conferences to US.
Right, but
Okay.
they're starting to be more and more virtual conferences, which
Yes.
I
Yes.
would recommend just as highly,
Yeah.
because you can still get the learning, and a lot of times even through the chat rooms, or if it's done in this kind of a format where you can see the other people online, there's still a connection there that can be made.
Yeah, that will be great. Yes. So, how did you first, made your first dollar? What gave you? I mean, is it work or is it income from ad, or what gave you the first dollar? How you made that?
Well, it didn't come right away.
Mm.
And I really think that I, I knew going into my father is an entrepreneur, so I knew
Okay.
going into this that no one makes money overnight. It just doesn't
Mhm.
happen that way. That it would take a lot of work, and I knew from what I had heard from the other people I'd talked to that were now blogging that this was going to take a couple of years if it was going to work, and that it was going to have to, I was just going to have to stick with it and believe that it would make money eventually. Um,
Yeah.
I am I am almost to my 2-year anniversary, and though I am making money right now, I'm not making a lot of money yet, and so I'm still
Okay.
working at that myself. But I think my first dollar probably came through AdSense or through promoting someone else's product. Some of
Okay.
my friends have written homeschool products and have affiliate programs, and so I signed up
Okay.
for them would write a post about how much I loved it and put my affiliate link in there. And then if someone goes through my link to that product page and purchases it, then I get a commission. So I think at first that was my first way of making money, and then a little bit through AdSense. But it took me a long time to get the traffic build up that I needed to be able
Mm.
to make anything with AdSense. And then if you don't hit $100 in a month, you don't get paid that month
Yes.
anyway. So
Yes.
it probably took a good year before I started seeing something from AdSense.
Okay. So now, currently, what are the ways that you do to create income online? What all different methods do you use to create income?
Well, I have the AdSense, and I'm
Okay.
looking into some other ad networks, and then
Okay.
there's the affiliate links when I recommend my friends' products. But now
Okay.
I've also created my own products because
Okay.
I get a higher commission when I sell something I make.
Yes. Yes.
And
Absolutely.
so I've created some study units and my mother's devotional, putting on the Spirit 10-minute devotions for busy
Yes.
moms. So that's an ebook that I've created, as well as some downloadable packets. I've got a brand new one just out that's 26 pages of Spanish worksheets,
Okay. Oh,
like about Spanish 1 level for upper elementary.
okay.
So I'm starting to create my own products and then get affiliates who work for me to promote those
Okay.
is another way that I'm starting to see a bigger return on my investment.
Yes, products does certainly help because here you are getting a higher percentage of the overall cost, overall income. So products and all together combined, you will get a real good income, right?
Yes, yes, all together.
And yes, and this is something which all the work at home moms struggle, that is finding a balance. I still struggle. I know you also know. And how do you manage your family, home, working from work and on a normal day? I know you homeschool also, so that adds into the something more into the day. So how do you manage it all?
Yeah. Well, we are missionaries in southern Mexico, so we have our local ministry here, our church work that we're doing, and that
Okay.
was another reason that I started blogging, was to try to supplement our ministry income, because
Okay.
that was getting low. But so we have that ministry. We also have the homeschooling. So each season is different. Every school year, every semester is different for me, and I
Okay.
have really had to sit down and evaluate time, and figure out with my husband, what are the priorities? What do you want me to be doing? What do I need to be doing for our family? And then what is the time that I have left over to pursue work, and
Okay.
and try and prioritize all of that. And it looks different in different seasons. Last semester, we sent our oldest two to a local Christian school for the
Okay.
mornings, and
Okay.
that was twofold. It gave mommy more time to get some work done. It
Mm.
gave them a chance to interact with other children and to learn Spanish, which
Okay.
is big because we live in Mexico. They need to know
Yeah.
how to speak Spanish. Um, but this semester, we're homeschooling again 4 days a week, and the
Okay.
girls are going to a Christian school just on 1 day a week. And
Okay.
just had to prioritize our time. Morning is school time, and mommy checks email first thing in the morning, and then we
Okay.
do school. And I don't have my computer out during school time. And
Yeah.
then, unless it's an emergency. And
Mm.
then after lunch, we have a rest time for everyone. Everybody takes an hour to be quiet in their rooms and do quiet activity or nap time. And so then I can catch up on business emails and things like that. And then in the afternoon, we have a couple hours set aside for quiet, quiet work, or they're playing, or they've got a job to do, or like that. And
Okay.
that is generally when my husband is around or in and out and can kind of help keep an eye on things too. And so I have a couple hours there, and then after the dinner and putting kids to bed and whatever, then again at night I have a couple hours of work. So it's
Okay.
just finding what works, creating a schedule, and then trying to stick to it.
Yeah. One of my readers actually is a homeschooling mom and she is struggling. And this was one of the questions she asked. So thank you so much for giving the input from I'm not a homeschooling mom. My son goes to a private school. So I have some bulk of time every day to work. So each family, each home will be different. So thank you for sharing your methods. And do you use some tools to get your work and home life, work it, manage it and make it easier? Do you use some tools, either offline, online, or something like that?
Right. I use my schedule. Once I have my schedule set for what time is devoted to what, I really try to stick to that. I have a couple different things going on with my online work. So on
Mm.
Mondays, I'm dedicating my work time to Paradise Praises. On Tuesdays, I dedicate my work time to Lemon House.
Mm.
On Wednesday, so I have it all scheduled out. So if something comes up and it's not that day, I will add it
Mm.
to the to-do list for that day,
Okay.
and then it doesn't distract me from my focus. I can continue to work on today's work and leave
Okay.
that for tomorrow, unless it's a really big emergency. So my list and my schedule is big. I use the Blog Like a Pro planner. That
Okay.
product actually came out of
Your
me
experience.
being frustrated that I couldn't find exactly what I wanted to keep track of things. And so,
Yeah.
I couldn't find a tracker for affiliate income, and I couldn't find a tracker for speaking submissions, and I couldn't find something to help me keep track of who I'd promised what product for their next freebie. So
Yeah.
I created those forms for myself and then
Mm.
created a site to be able to share them with others. So blogproplanner.com is where that planner is located if anyone's interested. But I do use that almost daily for something. I don't use all the forms every day, but I do use some of them
Okay.
every day
Okay. That's
in
great.
keeping track of things and staying on track.
Okay, that will be an awesome resource. I do have some sort of planner, that I created, just like you. Each person or each work method will be different. So it's something which we will find. It's better you have a ready-made planner and customize it to your needs, right?
Yes, yes. The important thing is not which one, but just that you have something that works. And I
Yes,
am a big proponent of if it doesn't work, change it. There's
yes,
no sense being loyal to a certain curriculum company or a certain product or a certain person. If it doesn't work, change it.
yes.
Whether it's homeschooling or whether it's work or whatever, find what works for you. And that's why I say it's seasonal too.
Yeah,
As my kids continue to grow and continue to have different
yeah,
kinds of activities and interests and different needs, that I will
yes,
have to adjust how I do my work around my family's needs. And so,
yes.
flexibility is a big key for work-at-home moms.
Yes, exactly. That is one of the plus points, as well as, you have to create a schedule and manage the work according to your family needs, because family comes first. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and
The other
this
thing
is,
that
please.
The other thing that's been really helpful for me is to look at social media as a working tool.
Okay.
Um, when I first got on Pinterest, I wasted 2 days of my life. It was so much
I
to look
know.
at, and it was so exciting, but I
Yes.
wasted my time, and so I canceled my account. I said, I can't do this. I can't sit down here and get sucked into this. And I kept hearing, you need to be on Pinterest for business. You need to be on Pinterest for business. And I
Yes.
thought, I can't do that. There's no way I can do that. It will just waste my time. So I didn't want to, but finally someone talked me into getting back on Pinterest. And so I opened up an account again and got on there. But I got on there with the mindset, this is for work. I am not
Yes.
on here to have fun. I am not on here. This is for me to post things that will help my readers, and not for me to get sidetracked and waste time. And
Yeah,
when I'm on
that's it.
Facebook, the same way. If I'm on there to connect with people, I waste so much time. But when I think about, okay, I got 10 minutes and this is for work, what can I do to further my work today? It
Yeah.
totally changed how I do social media, and I don't get as distracted. And now if I'm trying to get something done,
Yeah.
and I have to be on the internet, I will turn off my social media. So I'm not distracted by the little pop-up messages
Yes.
from
Yes.
Facebook and Twitter and all those other things. I just shut down the social media. If I have to research something, then I'm fine on the internet. But I don't work. I try not to work with the social media on when I have something that has to be done.
Yeah, that's a great tip that you shared now. That is, treat social media as a work tool, so you will minimize the distractions. That's a great tip. Okay, now last question. What is one advice that you would like to pass on to budding work-at-home moms when they are starting some real, from your experience, from your last 2-3 years, you gain a lot of experience from that. One advice you would like to pass on?
I think the most important thing for any work-at-home mom is not to compare yourself. Compare.
Yes. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Doing it as well as she is, or I don't have the numbers as so and so, or how come she makes that much on AdSense, or whatever. Don't compare. Don't compare your voice. Don't compare income. If you cannot look at numbers and think of it as goals or encouragement, if it drags you down, then just make a decision not to look at numbers. Because you are unique, and God
Yes.
has given you a sphere of influence. You can reach a whole group of people that nobody else can reach, and He has given you your
Yes.
unique voice and your unique experiences and talents and information to reach those people that nobody else can reach. And you're just doing yourself a
Yes.
disservice when you compare yourself to other people. So compare yourself to the
Yeah.
Lord and to His goals for you, but don't compare yourself to other
Yes.
people, because that will kill your contentment and it will drag you down.
Yes, absolutely. That is so true because when I too struggle with the comparison thing, and God has to work in me and to get it over because my story I started in 2006. Okay, and I failed at many points as a work-at-home mom. I invested in something and it will not take off, and I fell prey to a lot of scams, and it was a really difficult journey. And I've been working, but I'm not making any income. I failed at many points. So getting this comparison thing, you see that those who started before you or those who started after you getting successful, but you are still back. Okay, so I
Mm.
was a prey to that comparison game, and God worked in me. God worked in me, and He helped me to heal that. And He is enough. Just He is enough. So that was my experience till now. And thank you so much, Katie, for being with us. And I really enjoyed talking to you. And thank you so much.